Hello and welcome to another episode of Fan the Flames with me, your host, Robert Stevenson. And today we are talking about Sustain. Sustain is the last module in the Fan the Flames program, A Spiritual Journey. So on this module, on Sustain, we're going to be looking at how do you sustain? How do you keep going? How do you support yourself to keep moving, to keep growing, to keep striving as you create the world as you want it to be, as you turn your project, your idea, your dream, your spark into that roaring fire. And often what I find is that when we have an idea of something that we want to do and we start doing it, we might get stuck at a momentum point and somebody helps us to move forward, or we help ourselves to move forward, and we're part of a program, we're part of a community, and we're loving it, and we're meeting every 2 weeks, and then it ends, it's over. And then sometimes the energy we had just drifts away. And so part of what we're going to do in this program is that we're going to have a final module that looks at how we keep going, looks at how we keep moving forward. David Drake, in one of his coaching models, he talks about how do we search for what it is that we want? No, sustain. It starts off with, no, it doesn't. It starts with situate. Let me get this right. So David Drake, he talks about situate. Let's really get ourselves in the situation and understand what it is. And then he talks about, well, let's search for what it is that we want to be different and where we want to go. And then we look at how do we make that shift? How do we make the change to enable that to happen? And then once we've made the change, how do we sustain it? And this is what we're going to be looking at too. So throughout the program, I'm going to be coaching you and supporting you, mentoring you and challenging you so that you can look at where you are with your program. And part of that is when we do our feel. Look at where do we want to go with that program and what do we need to let go of in order to get there? And then we're going to look at, what do we need to change in order to enable ourselves to get where we want to be, to create the project of our dreams, to turn that little secret, that little spark into that roaring fire. And then what is it that we need to do to sustain that? What's the behavioral change that we need to create that enables us to sustain what we want to do and how we want to move forward? And how do we, as a community, sustain each other, support each other through that sustaining process? So when the program ends, it doesn't just end and we all disappear. It's the last module, we just say bye-bye. Absolutely not. We keep the group open for a while so we can keep supporting each other. But not only that, you have a one-to-one coaching session with me that allows you to really spend some time going deep, looking at how do you sustain it. So we do a group session where we all bring it together and we celebrate our journey together as a community. And then you have a one-to-one session with me, that final session that looks at, okay, so what is it that you need to do to keep moving forward? Because you'll know what it is, right? By the time you get to this point, you'll know that you have the wisdom, you have the answers, you have what it takes. And what I'm doing and what the rest of the group's doing is just helping you to find it, because it's already there within you. We just got to help ourselves and each other to find it so that we can do it, right? We just got to find it. And we can be, or rather it can be so covered up with all the stuff that's going on in our lives, with all the things that we've been led to believe about ourselves, all the roles that we play in our lives, that direction, that wisdom can be covered up. So through the program, we're uncovering our wisdom. And part of that end piece is looking at how do we sustain that? How do we continue to uncover our own wisdom? How do we continue to follow our own guiding light? How do we, having tapped into our three systems, continue to follow them, of the three brains, of our chakras, of our values, those three systems? How do we continue to look at them? How do we maybe put them up in images around us so that we can follow them, right? So that we can go, hey, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, and this is what sustains me. Because when it comes to sustaining and moving forward, it isn't just about following your ideas, it's also about looking after yourself. getting the sleep you need, getting the right food you need, moving your body and exercising, resting your mind, and being around the people that bring out the best in you. So we explore all of that and so much more on the program as we bring it to its culmination, as we get to that final module, recognizing that you have your final coaching one-to-one with me. So if this sounds like something that is for you, if this sparks your interest, if this lights your fire, then reach out, get in contact, comment below. I'll send you a link so you can book a conversation with me, and then you can sign up and you can be part of the program, and we can take this forward and we can make it happen. You know, I am so excited to be going on this journey with you. I'm so excited to be sharing these ideas, these thoughts with you, and I can't wait for us to begin. Starts in October. So reach out, connect, let's make it happen. And do you know what? This might not be for you, but you might know somebody who this is exactly the right thing for. And that's why you're listening to it. That's why you found it, because it's just for you to pass it on to somebody else. So do that, and then allow them to reach out to me. Until then, burn brightly, my flames, and light up the world with your greatness. Have a great day today and every way, and every day. And until next time, stay safe.